Hey besties, today we'll be making this flip twist neckline top using our stretch knit bodice block. It is really very easy and super quick to make. Now without saying so much, let's get right into it. So now the first thing you're going to do will be for you to grab your stretch knit bodice block, and then we're going to trace out our bodice block. So I've already traced out my bodice block and we'll be starting with the front part. Now you are going to modify the neckline. Now on the shoulder, for me on the shoulder, I want to look for the midpoint and then I'll just mark. And then you come to the neckline here. You can drop it down to however you want it low. From here now I'm measuring 5 cm. From here to here 5 cm. That is how low I want it to be. Now if you want yours to be higher, just move it a little bit up. If you want it to be lower, reduce it a little bit according to your preference. Now you're going to connect this point to this other point using your French curve or your pattern master. Okay, so once you're happy with it, you can go ahead to trim off this other part because we don't need it anymore. So the next thing we're going to do would be for us to draw our slash lines so that we can spread it out. So on your armhole like this, you are just going to look for a place that you like and mark. So somewhere around here, you just give it a mark. It's just a random mark. It just could be upwards, it could be downwards, it really doesn't matter. Now on this point here, you can mark downwards, say about 5 cm, and then you mark another 5 cm, and then you mark another 5 cm. So we're going to be drawing 4 slash lines, 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then you draw the slash lines to your neckline here because the twist is right on our center front neckline. So you draw it up to the tip like this, and then you draw all the other slash lines to the tip of your neckline as well. Now we're going to slash all the lines open, but we're not going to slash them through. So for us to be able to do that, I'm going to trim off this. I'm going to trim off the excess paper. Now, if you want to lengthen your block a little bit, you can also lengthen it to make your top a little longer. It depends on you. I usually like long tops, so I'm going to just lengthen this a little bit. Okay, so that's how you're going to slash it. You don't cut it through. You're going to do the same for all the 4 slash lines. Okay, so you grab a paper and place it underneath so that you can spread them out evenly. Use your sticky tape to hold them together in place. Now you're going to spread them out, say about 4 or 5 cm. Now take note that the wider you spread them out, the wider or the fuller your twist is going to look. And the smaller you spread them out, the smaller your flip twist is going to look. Be sure to spread them out evenly, all right? I'm just cutting off the paper to add to this part because I'm going to need these parts. I'm going to need some excess paper for this part, okay? Nothing serious. Okay, so once you've done this, you're going to draw a straight line like so across it. Just like this. Okay? Now, on this straight line, you're going to add about 1 cm or about 1.5 cm. Now, the reason why you're adding about 1 cm or so is so that you have some room to space it, to twist it, okay? So by the time you add a little bit here, your blouse will not be tight in front. You have a little room to make your flip twist. All right, so once you've done that, you are just going to connect this like so. All right, and then you are going to trim off your excess paper. Let me just connect this neckline too. Yes, like so. Okay, so that's the pattern for the front part. The only thing we need to do is just to add our seam allowance, and that's it. Simple, right? Now let's get to the back side. So for the back side, again, you're also going to trace out your bodice block, your back bodice block, and then you lengthen it if you did the same for the front part. And now you're going to drop the neckline a little bit, say about 1.5 cm or thereabout. And then on the shoulder, you are going to look for the midpoint just the way you did for the front part. So you get that, and then you're going to connect the 2 points together. Okay, and then you're just going to trim off this part of the neckline and trim off all your excess paper. Okay, like seriously, that is the pattern making for this top. We have the front, and then we've got the back. It is that easy. Is it not, or was it not? Please let me know in the comment section if you found it really easy, and if you understand the tutorial, if you understood the tutorial so far. Please let me know in the comment section. Can you see that pattern making is really not that difficult? I told you, pattern making is easy once you understand what to do. And if you're somebody who likes to make quick projects because of time, or because you're very busy and who loves to work with stretch fabrics, then you need to join my online pattern making and sewing school for stretch fabrics, because I have loads of tutorials where you will learn how to work with different types of knit fabrics and how to manipulate them to create different designs of your choice. I'll drop the link in the description box below. Go sign up. All right. So now we're going to place our patterns on our fabric and cut them out. So the stretch fabric I'll be using for this top is a tricot fabric. So you can see it's got stretch. You see, it's stretchy, and it stretches. It's a 4-way stretch fabric. Okay, you can also use 2-way stretch fabric anyways. So you just fold your fabric into 2 like so. Good. And then this your back pattern is going to be cut on fold. This is the center back. It's going to be cut on the folded edge of your fabric. So place it like so. Remember to add your seam allowance, not on the center back, because that is going to be cut on fold. Now to cut the center front, you're also going to add seam allowance on the center front because it's going to have a joining on the center front. Okay. So we're going to start stitching the front part first. So the first thing you're going to do for a clean finishing, you're going to overlock all the raw edges like the shoulders, you know, the front, the center front, but don't overlock the neckline. Okay. Now you're going to cut a strap like this, like a bias strap, just about maybe 3.5 cm wide or something like this, and then you're going to use it to turn the neckline, to pipe the neckline. So you're just going to go ahead, place it like this, and then stitch it all around and then close the neckline very well. So you're going to pipe the neckline for the front piece, the two front piece, and then you're going to also pipe the neckline for the back piece. Okay. Okay, so once you finish, you're going to trim off this excess bias piping or bias tape, and then trim off this other part as well. Now you're going to do the same thing, repeat the same process. You see how clean the neckline is? You're going to repeat this same process for the other front, the other center front, and then for the back as well, and then you give it a very good press. So after piping the neckline, you are now going to join the center front. Now before you join the center front, you're going to measure from the neckline here, this part here. You're going to measure downwards, say about 8 cm, and then you give it a little mark like this, and then you're going to go stitch this center front from this point here all the way down to the end, and then you're going to open press your seam allowance. So once you've stitched and open press your seam allowance, you're going to have something like this. Now you're going to go ahead and stitch this part a little bit like so that it will relax very well. So just go ahead, stitch like this, and then like this, just to hold this part together in place so that it will not be moving up and down. Okay. So when you finish stitching this part, the next thing would be for us to flip it. So you're going to take one edge like this, just take it like this, take this other edge like this, and then flip it. You see what I'm doing? You flip it once, this is once, and then you flip it again a second time, just like this, so that you will now have both right sides together like this. So you see, so now you're going to use your pins to hold them in place so that you can go ahead and stitch it. So let me use my pins to hold them. Okay, so once you hold them in place like this, you're going to go ahead to stitch from one end all the way down to this other end. Okay, now let me flip it so that you can just have a look and see how it looks after stitching. Now you see. So you see your twist neckline is already showing. So now let's go to the sewing machine and then let's go and stitch these parts nicely. Okay. Just arrange it very well so that it will relax very well. Yeah. So now you're going to have something like this. Easy peasy, right? Now tell me thank you in the comment section. Type it now. Okay, so let's finish it up. So you're going to take the back side and then you're going to join them at the shoulder. So place with the right side facing the right side. Then you're going to join the back shoulder to the front shoulder like so. And then you go and open press your seam allowance. All right? So once you finish joining the shoulder, open press your seam allowance like so, and then you can attach your sleeves. So you can attach whatever sleeve you intend to attach. I just attached a basic sleeve and just made it your sleeve, that's all. And now you're going to go ahead and join the side seams. So you're going to stitch from here all the way down to your hem, and then you're going to join the other part, the other side as well. All right, once you finish, you're going to open press your seam allowance. So once you've joined the side seams and then you finish off your hem just like this, nice and neat, then you are good to go. You are ready to rock your top. Now check out the finished look. See how nice and neat it is. You like? Please let me know in the comment section what you think about this top, okay? And if you found this tutorial helpful, please give me a big thumbs up, share with your sewing buddies, and if you have not already subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next one. Until then, bye-bye.